Hey Aries, I need to talk to you about something that came up in today's reading, and honestly this energy feels pretty urgent. I shuffled the deck asking about what you need to be aware of right now, and the cards that came through are pointing to something specific happening in your circle. So let me just dive right in because this reading revealed some patterns that I think you really need to see. The first card I pulled is Justice, and wow. Aries, this card showing up right at the beginning is really significant. Justice represents balance, truth, and fairness, but it also represents contracts and legal matters and karmic situations. When I see justice in this position, it tells me that there is a situation unfolding around you where things are not as balanced as they appear on the surface. Someone in your life is presenting themselves as fair and reasonable, but the energy behind justice here is showing me that this person is actually calculating their moves very carefully. They are weighing options and making decisions that benefit them specifically, and they are doing it in a way that looks justified on the outside. Justice can represent someone who knows how to work within systems and structures, and right now this energy is showing me someone who understands exactly how to position things to their advantage. This person might be involved in something official like paperwork or agreements, or they might just be someone who is very good at making their actions seem logical and fair, when really they have their own agenda. The interesting thing about justice in this context is that it reveals someone who believes they are entitled to what they want, and they are willing to use any legitimate-looking means to get it. Moving to the second card, which is Six of Swords, and this is where things start to get clearer for me, Aries. Six of Swords traditionally represents transition and moving away from difficulty, but in this reading it has a different flavor. This card is showing me that someone around you is in a transitional phase themselves, and during this transition they are looking at you as either a resource or an obstacle. Six of Swords can represent someone who is planning their next move, and I am getting the sense that this person is strategically thinking about how to position themselves for their next chapter. They might be going through changes in their own life, maybe career shifts or relationship changes or financial transitions, and as they are planning their path forward, they have identified you as someone they need to either use or get around. The energy of Six of Swords here feels calculated because this is someone who is thinking several steps ahead. They are not being impulsive, they are being strategic. They might be sharing their plans with you in a way that seems open and honest, but really they are testing the waters to see how you will react or what information they can gather from your responses. The third card is the Sun, and okay, this might seem like a positive card at first glance, but let me explain what I am seeing here. The Sun represents clarity, success, and things coming to light. In this reading, the Sun is telling me that whatever is being planned or whatever trap is being set, it is going to become very obvious very soon. The truth has a way of revealing itself, and the Sun is that revelation energy. This card is actually a message from your angels that you are going to see this situation for what it really is. Someone might be hiding their true intentions right now, but the Sun says that everything will be illuminated. You will have that moment of sudden clarity where you go, "Oh, that is what was happening." The Sun also represents confidence, and someone in your situation might be overly confident in their ability to deceive or manipulate. They think their plan is foolproof because they have been getting away with small things or because you have been trusting them. But the Sun energy says that confidence is going to be their downfall because they will get sloppy or they will overplay their hand. This is your angel's way of saying pay attention to what gets revealed in the coming days and weeks, because the truth is going to come out whether this person wants it to or not. The fourth card I pulled is the Tower, and Aries, this is where the reading gets pretty intense. The Tower represents sudden upheaval, shock, and structures crumbling. When I see the Tower in a reading about deception or traps, it tells me that there is going to be a sudden revelation or event that completely changes the dynamic of this situation. The Tower is the universe's way of tearing down false structures, and whatever this person has been building in terms of their plan or their facade is going to come crashing down. The Tower can be uncomfortable because it represents change that we did not necessarily ask for, but it is always necessary change. It clears away what is not authentic or what is not stable. In your situation, the Tower is telling me that this trap or this deceptive situation cannot sustain itself. The foundation is weak because it is built on lies or manipulation, and the Tower energy is going to expose those weak points. This might happen through someone else revealing information, or through this person making a mistake that shows their true colors, or through a situation forcing the truth to surface. Your angels are showing you the Tower to prepare you for this shift, because even though it might feel shocking or disruptive, it is ultimately protecting you from something worse. The fifth card is Page of Pentacles, and this card is giving me really specific energy about who this person might be or how they are approaching this situation. Page of Pentacles represents someone who is learning, studying, or gathering information. Pages are messengers and students, and in the Pentacles suit, this is someone focused on practical matters like money, work, or material security. In this reading, Page of Pentacles is showing me someone who might be newer to your life, or someone who plays a smaller role but who is very observant. This could be someone at work, someone in your friend group who is not a close friend, or even someone who is connected to you through practical matters like neighbors or service providers. The page energy suggests someone who is watching and learning about you, taking note of your routines, your resources, your vulnerabilities. They might ask questions that seem innocent or helpful, but really they are gathering intel. Page of Pentacles can also represent someone who is motivated by material gain or practical benefits. This person sees you as someone who has something they want, whether that is a position, resources, connections, or even just information. They are in the information gathering phase right now, which means the trap is not fully set yet, but they are working on it. The sixth card is Ten of Cups, and this is interesting because Ten of Cups is usually about emotional fulfillment, family, and harmony. But in this context, I am reading it as showing me what this person is using to get close to you or to lower your guard. Ten of Cups energy represents emotional connection and family-like bonds. This person might be approaching you through emotional appeals or by positioning themselves as someone who cares about your well-being or your happiness. They might talk about community, loyalty, friendship, or family values. They might share emotional stories or create situations where you bond over shared experiences. The trap here is that they are using genuine emotional needs and desires against you. They know that connection matters to you. They know you value loyalty and authenticity, so they are presenting themselves as someone who shares those values. Ten of Cups in this position is showing me that this person is very good at creating an illusion of emotional safety and trust. They might involve you in group settings or family-like dynamics where it feels awkward or wrong to question their motives because everyone else seems to trust them. Your angels want you to understand that real emotional connection and real loyalty do not require manipulation or deception, and if someone is working this hard to prove they are trustworthy, that itself is a red flag. The seventh card is Page of Wands, and now I am seeing another layer to this situation. Page of Wands represents enthusiasm, exploration, and new ideas, but it also represents someone who is impulsive and not always reliable. In this reading, Page of Wands is showing me that this person might present their plans or their proposals to you with a lot of excitement and energy. They might come to you with what seems like an opportunity or an adventure or something new and exciting. Page of Wands energy is very persuasive because it is infectious and optimistic. This person knows how to make things sound good, and they know how to appeal to your sense of adventure or your desire for growth and new experiences. But the page energy is immature and self-focused. They are not thinking about how their actions affect others. They are just focused on what excites them or benefits them. This card is warning you that if someone approaches you with a too good to be true opportunity or a plan that requires your involvement or resources or endorsement, you need to look very carefully at what they are actually asking and what they stand to gain. The enthusiasm might be real, but the consideration for your well-being is not. The eighth card is Judgment and Aries. This is a powerful card to have in this reading. Judgment represents awakening, reckoning, and seeing the bigger picture. This is another confirmation from your angels that you are being called to wake up to what is really happening. Judgment asks you to evaluate the situation with clear eyes and honest assessment. It asks you to call things what they are without sugarcoating or making excuses for other people's behavior. Judgment energy is about taking responsibility, but it is also about holding others accountable for their actions. In this reading, Judgment is telling you that you have all the information you need to see this situation clearly. You just need to trust your own perception and your own judgment. Sometimes we talk ourselves out of our instincts because we do not want to believe that someone we trusted could be deceptive, or because we do not want to deal with the confrontation or fallout. But judgment says this is a moment where you need to listen to that inner voice that is telling you something is off. Your angels are amplifying your intuition right now, and if you have been getting weird feelings about someone or about a situation, judgment is confirming that those feelings are valid and you should act on them. The ninth card is Five of Cups, and this card is showing me what happens if you do not heed these warnings or if this trap does get sprung. Five of Cups represents disappointment, loss, and emotional letdown. It shows someone standing before spilled cups, focused on what was lost. In this context, Five of Cups is showing me that if this person succeeds in whatever they are planning, you are going to feel genuinely hurt and disappointed. This is not just about material loss or practical inconvenience. This is about emotional betrayal and the sadness that comes from realizing someone you trusted was not who you thought they were. Five of Cups is your angel's way of saying we are warning you now because we do not want you to experience this pain. You have the power to avoid this outcome by paying attention to the signs and setting appropriate boundaries. But if this situation does unfold in a painful way, Five of Cups also reminds you that there are still cups standing. Not everything is lost. You will recover and you will learn from this experience, and you will be more discerning in the future. The disappointment is real, but it is not permanent, and it does not define your future. The 10th and final card is Eight of Cups, and this is guidance from your angels about what you might need to do. Eight of Cups represents walking away from situations that no longer serve you, even when it is difficult or when you have invested time and energy. In this reading, Eight of Cups is telling you that you might need to distance yourself from this person or from the situation they are creating. Walking away is not failure, it is wisdom. It is recognizing when something is not healthy or beneficial and choosing your own well-being over false loyalty or sunk cost. Eight of Cups acknowledges that leaving is not always easy, especially if this is someone you have history with or if walking away has social or practical consequences. But this card says that staying in a situation where you are being deceived or used will cost you more in the long run than the temporary discomfort of setting boundaries or creating distance. Your angels want you to know that you deserve relationships and situations that are genuine and reciprocal. If someone is setting traps or playing games, they do not deserve your time, your energy, or your trust. Eight of Cups is your permission to walk away with your head held high, knowing that you chose yourself and your integrity over a toxic dynamic. So Aries, let me bring this all together for you, because I know this is a lot of information. The cards are showing me that someone close to you or someone in your regular circle is not being honest about their intentions toward you. This person is being strategic and calculated in how they interact with you, and they are gathering information or positioning themselves to take advantage of you in some way. The good news is that your angels are making sure you become aware of this before any real damage is done. The truth is going to come to light very soon, and you will see this situation and this person clearly. When that revelation happens, it might be shocking or disruptive, but it is ultimately protecting you from a worse outcome. Your angels are encouraging you to trust your intuition right now. If something feels off about someone's behavior, or if you have been getting red flags that you have been dismissing, pay attention to those feelings. You are not being paranoid, you are being perceptive. This is also a time to be careful about what you share with people and who you allow into your inner circle. Not everyone who seems friendly has good intentions, and not every opportunity that sounds exciting is in your best interest. If you need to create distance from someone or walk away from a situation that feels wrong, trust that instinct. Your angels are guiding you toward greater discernment and stronger boundaries. And while this situation might feel uncomfortable, it is teaching you valuable lessons about protecting your energy and your resources. I hope this reading gave you some clarity, Aries. Trust yourself, watch for the signs, and know that you are being protected and guided even when things feel uncertain.